question and answer information sessions. Today we're going to be talking about our latest service that we are offering, which is the Cosmelan peel and treatment program. Now, to introduce myself, in case for those who haven't met me yet, my name's Hannah. I have the privilege of being the area manager at mybotique. And with me today, I have a very esteemed nurse Sarah, who I know she's going to be embarrassed, but I'm going to give you guys a little bit of a background information into Sarah. So Sarah has been a nurse for over 20 years. She originally hails from the UK, where she completed her degree in health science and then progressed to get her master's in medical science and became a registered nurse. Following that, she wasn't happy just to end there. She became a nurse practitioner, meaning she could prescribe for clients medications, and additionally came to Australia, decided to pursue an interest and passion of hers, which is aesthetic health and wellness, and became a cosmetic injection specialist at mybotique. We are so privileged to have her working with us and for our clients to be treated by Sarah, and even more privileged for me to be able to interview her today about Cosmelan, which she is so interested and passionate about. Hello, Sarah.
Hi, and I can't wait to open on the 11th either. Thank you for that lovely write-up, Hannah. What would you like to know?
So we're going to get straight into Cosmelan, the nitty-gritty, but let's just start off with, because it's a bit of a weird word for people who have no idea what we're even talking about. Can you just give us a really quick recap on what is Cosmelan?
So, Cosmelan is Miso Aesthetics, and they're actually the #1 in the world for treating pigmentation and hyperpigmentation.
Wow, so a lot of clients actually suffer from pigmentation. We know that it comes in many different forms, many different types. I know from speaking to clients that we have a lot of people saying, can I do this type of treatment for pigmentation? Can I do this? And a lot of the times we have to ascertain what is actually causing it. So can you give us a bit of a recap into some of the things that cause pigmentation and also whether Cosmelan can address them?
Absolutely. So lots of different things cause pigmentation. It can be genetic, so you can be more genetically predisposed to getting pigmentation. Some medications can actually make you more susceptible as well, but also hormonal differences as well. So, you know, pregnancy can also cause pigmentation, but the main cause of pigmentation is really exposure to UV sunlight. So it's obviously a big problem here in Australia. So yeah.
Awesome.
So the main things.
Yeah, that is amazing. So we can actually treat with Cosmelan for all different types of pigmentation, both melasma, which is the hormonal pigmentation you're referring to, as well as post-inflammatory pigmentation, and from all those triggers like the sun. So another awesome thing about Cosmelan is it can actually be treated for a variety of different patients with different skin tones. So do you want to go into that, Sarah, and the little terminology we use to describe that?
Yeah, absolutely. So the beauty of Cosmelan is that it can actually treat all Fitzpatrick skin types. What that means, if you've not heard of that before, is just basically, so Fitzpatrick 1, for example, with somebody would have very fair skin, maybe red hair, freckles, would burn in the sun, and the higher Fitzpatrick types are just darker skin complexions. And the beauty of Cosmelan is that actually it can treat all of those different types, which is actually not something, there's lots of things that treat pigmentation like laser, but actually they're not appropriate for people with darker Fitzpatrick skin types.
Yeah, absolutely. It's so interesting that it can be treated for so many different people. And part of what we do at mybotique is we do a really thorough consultation. And so whilst we're saying to you now that yes, it can treat all these different types of pigmentation and can treat all these different skin tones, we will still do a really thorough consultation with you because there are a few reasons where we wouldn't recommend Cosmelan as a treatment plan for you. So Sarah, do you want to touch on those a little bit?
Yeah, absolutely. So Cosmelan actually contains retinol, so vitamin A. So they definitely, it wouldn't be appropriate for any ladies that are pregnant or breastfeeding, or even planning to get pregnant and breastfeed either in the next 6 months, because it is a commitment to do the Cosmelan and it's an ongoing treatment. So yeah, if you're thinking about getting pregnant within the next 6 months, it's probably not going to be for you at the moment. There's also some other reasons why we wouldn't use it. So with some medications, so things like Roaccutane, but also other medications as well. And another reason would also be if somebody's got a skin infection or quite severe acne, we'd also delay treating with Cosmelan as well. What we would do, we can still help you. We've got lots of other skin treatments and preparations, so we can help you get acne and skin problems under control, and then you would still be able to use Cosmelan as well for pigmentation.
Yeah, absolutely. And also, probably a question a lot of people are going to ask is, because we offer so many other aesthetic and injectable treatments at mybotique, we can actually still treat you for those. We just might change the timeline for when we would do it.
Yeah.
So, and that's why having a consultation is so important with your practicing nurse or therapist, wherever you choose to get Cosmelan, because they can really guide you into what's going to be the right treatment and the right plan for you.
And yeah, absolutely. And even with you know, individuals that have suffered with acne and things, Cosmelan is still a great treatment because we can often get lots of pigmentation, you know, and scarring and things from acne, and Cosmelan will also be able to treat that as well.
Yeah, I know that's one of the things I'm really looking forward to when I eventually
Me
do
too,
peel.
me too.
I think a lot of people don't realise, so we've kind of touched on a few terms there, like melasma being one and that hyperpigmentation. A lot of people do suffer post-acne, having those red sort of scar marks from squeezing their pimples and that bit of trauma to the skin, which we're all guilty of. So yeah, all of us, I know you can't resist. So that's where Cosmelan, even if you don't have much pigmentation like the typical types that we think of from the sun or from hormones, it can really help to refine and even your skin tone, which actually will lead to you looking younger and vibrant with really clear, healthy looking skin. So,
absolutely,
yeah.
as babies,
Yeah.
before we'd been out in the sun and everything, we had beautiful flawless skin.
Yeah.
We just get pigmentation from, you know, the aging process as well in general. So definitely getting rid of some of that pigmentation can make you look a lot more youthful.
Beautiful. Okay, now, so Cosmelan, I will give a bit of a warning. It's not for the faint-hearted. I always say no pain, no gain. So we are going to go into a little bit about the downtime that will be required from Cosmelan, as well as some of the, I guess, side effects and things to expect, so that you guys don't enter into this treatment without knowing what you're in for. Now, we have told you what you can expect at the end of it, so just remember that when we're talking about a couple of these side effects, that the end result is that smooth, beautiful complexion. So, as I was saying, it's not for the faint-hearted. What can we sort of expect from this treatment plan, Sarah?
Absolutely. So you've definitely got to be committed to it, but one of the beautiful things is this is pretty much one of the only long-term solutions to pigmentation. So as I was saying, the Cosmelan actually disrupts the melasma site, so it's a long-term solution, but as part of the commitment to that, the best way to get results is prep initially. So everybody's skin type will require different prep. There's beautiful skin brightening peel, but also some people might require more lactic acid peels to prepare the skin initially. The downtime though, definitely initially, it's going to be like pretty severe sunburn and swelling as well. So for the first day or two, you know, you need to expect that. That is super normal and super common. Really, for the first 4 weeks after you've used Cosmelan, you will still have some redness. We've got beautiful products. The SPF that we give you has got a little tint as well. So I know from the other nurses that have already tried out this treatment. So we're, you know, I'm going to do it as well. We're super happy and excited to have this treatment ourselves. But yeah, so you can pop that on and that will really help a little bit as well. But like Hannah was saying, it's not for the faint-hearted. So definitely we're not going to be wanting you to go out into direct sunlight. If you are going out into the sun, you need to be super careful. The most important thing to do is to wear your SPF and a big hat as well. especially for the first month. So, you know, you might want to think about that with the time that you're going to do the Cosmelan as well. If you're somebody that literally worships the sun, then summertime's probably not the right time for you to do this. But you know, if you are committed and you're happy to do it, I love the sun, but I'm still pretty committed to getting this because I've seen the amazing results. Then I think, you know, most people would agree the downtime is really worth it, but we do need to acknowledge that. And just on the day that you do put the Cosmelan one on as well, so you would come in for an in-clinic treatment. But again, you know, you just want to organise a chill day around that because you leave the product on, depending on your Fitzpatrick skin type, for 8+ hours in the day. So you need to be prepared to do that as well.
And look, your treating nurse will go through the entire process in a lot of detail with you, and we'll guide you through the whole thing. But what Sarah was saying, just to recap a few points on that, is if your skin is in great condition before you do that big peel, which looks like a big thing of mud on your face, doesn't it?
It does, yeah.
If you prep your skin, and we actually provide preparatory products to all our clients with all our Cosmelan packs, because we know that actually helps to minimise the downtime and increase the effects of that peel. So by doing that is really, really important. And then there's other ways that we can also assist with that downtime as well, which we'll touch on a little bit later. But then absolutely just leave a little bit of time to have that mask on for 8+ hours. And then also a few days post that, you are going to be a little bit red raw, a bit tight. You described it perfectly, Sarah, that feeling of sunburn with that redness. So just be prepared for that. In saying that, this is an amazing treatment to do before getting married or a big event like that. Just make sure you leave plenty of time and let your nurse know about your timeline so that we can make sure by the time the big day rolls around, your skin is looking luminous and glowy and not red, raw and swollen. It's not what we want.
Absolutely.
Yeah. So we just talked about what we have to do to prep the skin. So let's actually go through in a little bit of like an order of what the client can expect when they do the mybotique Cosmelan treatment.
Yeah, absolutely. So if you're somebody that's interested in Cosmelan, what we would do initially, either by Zoom consultation or face-to-face, is really just assess that you're a suitable candidate for the Cosmelan treatment. From there, we would get you in the clinic, and we have machinery called a Woods lamp. And what that really does is take pictures of pigmentation that is actually under the skin. So we can't necessarily see all the pigmentation on a skin level. So it's really good to kind of highlight how bad our pigmentation really is.
Yeah, and just to interrupt you there, go on our Instagram and have a look because we've got some photos up of some of our nurses with the Woods lamp. So go back to Sarah.
So, and then on from that, we'd really assess, you know, what kind of skin you've got, and we'd start with preparation, which we would prescribe specifically to your skin type as well. So we'd get you to do some skin prep initially, and then we would get you back in, and we would do the Cosmelan 1 as an in-clinic treatment. As I spoke about before, the prescribed time that you would leave that on for really depends on what Fitzpatrick skin type you have. We would do that in clinic and send you home, have a chill day, watch, you know, your favourite series on Netflix. It dries a little bit hard, it's like a mud mask. So once you've left the Cosmelan on for the prescribed amount of hours, then you would wash it off at home, and you would also use the aftercare products that you would have already got that we provided you with. So after 3 days, we then get you into my boutique clinic and we provide you with a crystal fibre sheet mask, which we're actually offering complimentary, because we've really found that it's super calming to the skin, super hydrating, and just a beautiful addition. We'll take some more pictures as well, because we really want to hold your hand throughout this journey. It is an ongoing journey, and you keep using those products throughout the next 6 months. We would then get you in after a month and again, you know, do a consultation, see where you are depending on your skin type and your skin needs. You know, some people might need more moisture than others. And so we can really provide all of those treatments as well, take some more pictures after a month. But yeah, we just really hold your hand throughout.
Yeah, it's so lovely. I just love what we're including. We've also actually including in with the crystal sheet mask is a beautiful ampule packed full of antioxidants, just because we really want our clients, who, especially if they're new to this treatment and they are feeling that little bit red raw, we're just going to provide as much product and service for you just to really calm the skin and make sure that that result after 6 months is phenomenal. So I'm going to quickly run through the packages now that we've touched on the products, and then we're going to get into the questions that some of our wonderful clients have actually sent in to us. So the packages that we have on offer, the first Cosmelan package is $1,399. However, the amount of products that we are providing is valued at $2,007. So it's a massive saving for our clients. Now what that includes is the preparation peel, it includes the Cosmelan 1 professional peel application that Sarah touched on, it includes your consultations, it includes the aftercare products, it includes 3 months of home care. It is important to mention though, we do expect clients to commit to a 6-month period, but you can buy the additional 3 months of home care after this point. Our next pack actually includes your full 6 months of treatment, so it's everything I just mentioned with an additional 3 month supply of home care products. Now that price is $1,999, however it's valued at $2,825. So again, huge savings for either package that you decide to pick. We're just giving our clients the option of doing one at a 3 month mark and then they repurchase, or one to get a couple of additional $100 savings by buying it all up front. Once again, that includes all your consultations and all the services with mybotique and your team, and of course we're always here to answer your questions. So speaking of, I'm going to get into the questions we've already been asked. All right, so we have had a couple of questions come in. So the first one, Sarah, someone asked was, can I do Cosmelan on other areas of the body and not just the face?
So Cosmelan 1 can only be used on the face, and it's an in-clinic treatment as well. But Cosmelan 2 is one of the home care products that we want you to continue using for the 6 months. That product can actually be used to get really great results as a standalone as well, and that product can be used on other areas as well. I know I want to use it on my décolletage, and one of the other nurses was saying that she feels that she's got lots of pigmentation on her hands, so we can also use it for that as well, and it gets really great results.
That's great to know that we've got that option. Great, so another question that a client has written in, they're really keen to do the peel and they've got quite a lot of pigmentation. So the question they've asked is, what else can they do apart from Cosmelan or with Cosmelan that's going to make their results even better?
So definitely the preparation skin treatment that we've already spoken about, but also we do intravenous infusions, so vitamin C and also glutathione. What that does, it's an awesome antioxidant. So really, if you're as healthy as you possibly can be on the inside, that translates to the outside. So, you know, with diet and things like that as well. But the intravenous infusions, so the glutathione, your liver actually regulates all your hormones, but it can kind of just get blocked, you know. Glutathione acts as a really great antioxidant and really just helps to clean that liver, so that, yeah, you're basically super healthy on the inside, which will then translate to the outside as well.
And you touched on the hormones there, so obviously hormonal pigmentation as well, that's particularly going to help them.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, it helps everything. Rosacea, melasma, all types of pigmentation.
So good. So with our IV infusions, glutathione also, for those who aren't aware, can also assist in lightening the skin. So that on its own, even without Cosmelan, it's going to assist with pigmentation. So what we're doing, because we know of the links between the two, is they're offering a great special. Anybody that purchases Cosmelan treatment will actually be able to purchase an IV infusion during the course of their 6 month period for $300. Normally we sell that at $430 for the combination vitamin C and glutathione full dose. So we've done a really good deal as well, just because we know if you do the two hand in hand, your results, inner health, outer health, and deep pigmentation are going to be the best they can be.
Yeah, absolutely.
Great, so let's ask a couple of more questions. So someone's asked, does it take 2 weeks before your face starts looking normal again?
So everybody's going to be really different in the way that you react to these peels. You know, if you're someone that's super used to doing peels, using retinol and things, it may be that you aren't as red and it doesn't, you know, it's not as red for as long. Whereas other people, you know, just really react and swell and get redder. So it really is variable for each individual. But there are lots and lots of things that we can do to help and assist as well with other products, you know, like restoring hydration and just rescuing your skin and helping it to feel a little bit calmer.
Great, and someone else also asked about the shedding. So do you know anything about whether or not Cosmelan will cause any peeling or shedding?
That's again pretty similar, and depending on how you've prepped your skin, you know, what your skin is used to going through, you know, some skins will always peel more than others. But it is only a brief period that will occur for, you know, in the first 2 weeks. What I would just say as well is, yeah, just be really mindful of that, use your aftercare products, and definitely don't be peeling it off or anything, because then you can cause scarring and trauma to the face as well. But definitely peeling is super normal with this treatment.
Awesome. Just a couple more questions before we finish up. So we've already actually touched on this a little bit, but someone said, does Cosmelan work on freckles and or rosacea?
Yes, absolutely. You can still use it and definitely it will help. With freckles, genetic freckles, we've probably got some pigmentation there as well. So it will definitely lighten freckles and improve their skin texture and tone. But, you know, it may not make them completely go away. Something else that I just wanted to mention that we've not touched upon as well is, you know, if you have got super damaged skin and lots of pigmentation, you know, and after 6 months you're like, do you know what, I've followed, you know, everything that's been prescribed down to the T, but I have still got some pigmentation left that I would like to treat. You know, we can do the Cosmelan again after 6 months as well. Most people won't need to do it again. 70% of people probably won't need to do it again. But if you've got severe pigmentation, just know that you can as well.
And likewise, we talked about, you know, with hormonal pigmentation coming and going. So as you fall pregnant, you may receive more pigmentation.
Absolutely.
So you might need another course of Cosmelan.
Yeah, things change over the years as well, definitely.
So that's always good to remind people. Great, well that's pretty much it. The only other questions we had were about the downtime and aftercare, which everyone seems really interested in, so I think we've covered those off pretty well. But
it's worth it.
Yes, it is worth it. And if you have any more questions, please reach out via either our Instagram, social media, or contact our clinic. We'll be more than happy to assist.
Absolutely.
But it is worth it. We're both excited to get it done. It's like the nurse's hot treatment at the moment. Everyone wants it. So we can't wait for you guys to start getting it as well and for us to be able to treat it.
Absolutely.
Well, thank you so much for listening, and yeah, once again, thank you for joining us. We look forward to doing our next session. See you later.